Well, so anyway, from what it's starting to look like, it's working real well. Actually, way better than I actually even anticipated. They're fucking scared as I'm talking about real scared. Some of the channels are reporting about the MSN, mainstream, whatever, lamestream, all the lies they just, I mean, deliberately. Okay, so now I see. You see how long, dude, the old loser right there who's about to go down, was sitting in the car. All right, so anyway, so when you scroll down with some of these and through the comment thread, you see people who are trying to still. It's like they never learn. And the analogy I'm about to use when I say they never learn, just 2 years ago, like if someone famous used this analogy, they would be, canceled. They'd lose their job, this and that, and most of us would say no, that's not what they meant. So like what I'm doing is a preemptive strike, right? The There, it's like them children that have that disease. You seen it in the movie or born with it. They can't feel pain, right? And a matter of fact, I just saw a part of a movie about it's fictional. A guy who couldn't feel pain, as a kid, and he had to. So he grows up to become a scientist. Anyway, long story short, so why are they allowed to use it for like I said, that doesn't, using that. But what I'm saying, I'm just using it as an analogy. It's like, because they don't feel pain, they get burned, and this is a real thing. And they're born with it, their pain receptors or whatever, in their nerves or whatever. I don't know how it works. You look it up for yourself, but it's like that's what it's like mentally. They just remember I kept saying they still come like that guy just now. He's still doing it. He just and they have the word has to come down because the inside the comment section you can see people who are clearly being sarcastic, right? Like they're on our side. Yeah, they've ruined people's lives. Cause remember I keep telling you how they treated me for saying they ruined my life. Like, oh, yo, whining and crybaby. And I point out, bitch, you never done nothing. That is not, normally I wouldn't put down people like that. You don't have to be military to be a tough guy. But you gonna give me at least my. I don't come to ask for respect. You know what I've done because you're a gang stalker. You know my past. I don't tell people about my past unless we really talking and they like, yo, I used to live in so and so, and I'm like, yo, yeah, I did. Used to live it. And the only reason I would bring it up if normally, if we're talking about rap music, and I just bring up what part of my life when a certain song was new. You see what I'm saying? Look, they just don't learn. So when all that old stuff was going on, I'm like, yeah, I was stationed, that yada yada. This before it even started going down and people getting killed. It was, I had listened to that stuff when I was in high school, But what I was about to say is it gets to a point though, also you're questioning this and my integrity, all this and that. And these motherfuckers so dumb, they tried to, oh, you don't have it, trying to be funny. At first, you could tell the gang stalkers who were new, who didn't know me, but they were gang stalkers. And like I said, their ego would get into it, get insulted. So they would say stuff because they don't know me, thinking I'm just using words that I don't know what they mean and what it takes to have integrity. Like, bitch, in my unit, it's stored. My unit was storied. World War II, all this and that. It still comes down, even though it was decades later. You think that the generals and all that just let you be willy nilly and do what the fuck you want to do? No, it's passed down. You don't just make it by being. I know plenty of guys, some of my friends who got put out for not being able to handle the standard. Serious, wasn't for not even passing his PT test, couple of drugs. You can't. I don't care if marijuana becomes totally legal, which I support. I think it should, but you still won't be able to smoke it in the military or any job, for that matter. Is like, you know, but there's all types of things, and so you don't, that tells me right there. I know it then. It's just out of jealousy for no reason. I wasn't, none of us were trying to put you down or we better than you or rule over you. If I'm telling you something, it's because I'm involved too. And I'm trying to get this over with. And I'm trying to, hell, maybe I am also thinking of other things, other worldly things. Like basically, I know something and I'm not withholding it back because that might go on my record, my spiritual record. Hey, you let them guys suffer. It might have only been a couple of weeks on a job, and I know there was an easier way to do it. And I don't know, maybe that's not true, maybe it is. But hey, I'd rather be err on the side of caution and just straight up tell you. But instead, this group, they got it in your head. Oh, you trying to rule? You think you better? No, bitch. I have to do this too with you. That's another thing they taught us, and so now instead of getting ready to just take their punishment, they're trolling even harder. But instead of dissing and being nasty, they're trying to soften it and the blow. Like they're supposedly starting to sue these companies again for their lies and defamation. And that's not petty. That is a law. They broke the law when you straight up lie and libel someone. Defamation, inciting riots, getting these boys beat up, shit like that. And, you spreading this false information. You can't do that. And so they're trying to make it like we're doing what they do, but they're in disguise. Like maybe we shouldn't do the same thing they did to us. That right there shows you're not one of us, because that like I said, it shows you're not thinking. You're going by emotion again. We're not doing this out of pettiness. We're not going to keep doing this to people we don't like. We're not doing it because we don't like them. We're doing it because they fucking lied. They didn't uphold their standards as a journalist, and they spread false information and libel. That's why they get it. Remember, I kept saying, I tell regular people, man, I tell these dudes I'm working with, it could be a job where you're only making $7 an hour. But instead of whipping their ass, like I said, sue them. Go in the human resources or whatever. Call one of them little lawyers on TV. Hey, you got any workman's comp? Work did this and that, or not even workman's comp. Not about being hurt, but you got a complaint. Look it up on Google. In the old days, you go through your yellow pages. Lawyer, you go to the attorney section. Find you work. Or call each city has the bar association to explain to them what happened. Like I said, I also said you have to be right. Remember I said that you can't be just mad at your boss because you was late all the time. That's not riding your ass, or you did a poor performance and everybody's telling you need to do a better job. That's not riding he's not riding your ass. You doing a shitty job. You not showing up on time. So if you get fired, you can't get your comeback, and it'll backfire on you. But like I said, some of these guys I seen, you have a legitimate complaint. I had to stop him. Don't whip his ass. I'm literally, had to hold him back. No, don't jump on him. A female, don't hit her. Don't. Both of them females, don't do that. If you don't even quit, because because first you hit them. That's what they want. You might leave the premises after you whoop them, but they want to, they might press charges. And not only did you lose your job and you undoing everything you're trying to do for your family, your kids or whatever, now you're gonna lose money, and you're gonna have to pay money and fines, and maybe paying it might only be a misdemeanor. You still gotta pay to get out. You might even, I'm gonna just sit for these couple of days till I see the magistrate, but still he gonna put you on probation. And you got to pay those fines. And no, it teach them a lesson. It's not petty. It'll make them think. It'll come down from over them, come down from top. Hey, no. Even if the lawsuit is thrown, or you don't get money, it'll teach them We ain't got time. We ain't got money to be paying our lawyers and this and that. No, you just, next time they might win. So no, we got to retrain y'all. We not going through this. And see, so now they're in the comment sections of, well, maybe we shouldn't use. We're not using the same weapon. We're not weaponizing this. We want them out of here. After this is all over, we will never have to, do this again if it's done right. Because then we'll see. Like I said, we immediately could tell these motherfuckers are straight up lying. Listening to celebrities and dancers and entertainers and actors and just crazy nonsense. And so now, don't get scared now, And like I said, try to joke about it. You ruin out. Oh, we ruin people like we're being too dramatic. And you got people who tried and tried over again. That's the problem. Y'all not used to trying. Because another one in the same page is, well, maybe I'm too weary of. See, that's y'all fucking problem. Remember, I kept saying they picked the cowards and the scared people who are scared to try and they want to be safe in the safety net. So like, no, get out of here. We're not them type of people. You're not gonna win us over with the. It might not even become of anything. It might not get any money because of the lawsuit. I just read it, and it's like one person already bust them out. Like, no. And I bust them out like, no, man, that's not how, we was raised. That's my whole point when I started noticing things went wrong. Remember, I kept saying in my other videos, when I thought about, or was going to start my business, oh, no, it's too risky. It's, you could lose it. And it's like, nah, but I got to try because I'll regret it if I don't. And I'm doing I'm trying to, calm them down. Like, I'm doing research. I'm talking to people in the business. I'm going around. I'm talking, this and that. I'm pretty sure confident it's going to work. No. And so it's not just by design. It's like they literally pick the scary people. I think that's how it is. It has nothing to do with something you've done. You cursed out a female back in the day. If you're a female, you did something. No, it's just that you're the type to go for it. They don't want that. And so they're coming in, coming in droves now, but it's soft now. Now they're soft. Before they had all types of fire. Like, remember I kept saying, they don't have the fire on their own. As long as their group is with them, they got fire. Courage use, so we used to call it. Like when somebody get drunk, now you got that courage, When they wake up the next day, so last night you was full of that courage. You might need to watch out, Everybody ain't gonna be as nice on you like I was or we was. And now it's, maybe guys, I'm weary. Yeah, see, that's your problem. You're a coward. Straight up, just got come. You're a fucking coward. No, go forward. This is going forward, but you pissed the right people off this time. Not just white people. It's all races who realize with all of the races. Black, white, green, yellow, orange, blue. You insulted in people, and it's just crazy. Went crazy. I don't see. One guy was saying, "Oh, if they win," about that one group of boys, they got terrorized because of their tactics, and the media went along with it, and social media. And I saw it automatically, not just reading the title when it first broke. And I got time to catch breaking stories every day. I clicked on it, and from the as soon as I seen it, I felt what the boy was going through, because he's a teenager in front of his friends, and you're like, well, see, no, that's what, no. Well, you gotta let me finish. I would say he's a good boy. It had nothing to do with race, him being white. I felt it before, because you realize what someone else who wasn't raised like you would have did. They would have hit him. And, just you can't, but at the same time, you're getting punked out. It had done, one, because the person is an elder, it didn't matter of a different race. All of that stuff is coming in. So he just stood there. And I felt that immediately. It's like shit, what can I do? The only thing I can do is just stand there. And he wasn't smiling because he was a racist. He was smiling because that man was in his face and he's not going to hit him. Had nothing to do with none of that. Any man should be able to tell you that. If you didn't feel that, you're not a fucking man. You was never. I don't know what you are. Like I said, that's why I don't fuck with people. I don't get up in people's faces unless I look. It's go time. I already know what time it is. And like I said, you're not going to exactly entice me like he was trying to entice, like the little bitch the other night right there. You're not going to entice me and like the idiot that be on my channels, right? You know, why ain't you confront him? Like, bitch, you stupid. Are you gonna give me $10,000? I do it for 10 G's, straight up. I whip this piss shit. It's not out his ass. But if you give me, you gotta give me 10 G's up front. But you're like, whoa, you just compromise. Blah, blah, blah. Nope, nope. Like I said, I know you're not going to do it. I know you don't have it. So yeah, I can say that. I'm not coming out of my pocket. But anyway, so y'all are gone. I mean, I told you you're upset, and like now you're coming through, try with your snide comments, trying to sound like you're one of us, trying to sell and sound intelligent. Maybe this is. Oh, back to what I was talking about, but with those boys, one person in the comment section, yeah, I hope they give this money that they win from the lawsuit to help build the this and that and do this. And I'm like, no, bro, they shouldn't do nothing. They should donate some of it, but not all of it. You're one of them. I know that. That's y'all socialist shit. Ain't no way they should give that money away to anybody. They give it to a charity if they want. That's their business. And get out of here, just like y'all never learn. That greed it just comes through. I hope they give it away. No, man, it's they fucking money. The fuck out of here. What is wrong with y'all? It's like y'all just the diseases progress so far in your fucking brain you can't think straight. Other people's money. I hope they get no, they shouldn't give it away. I hope they sue the fuck out of them and win a whole lot of money. It's their money. I do. I hope that. But I don't hope they give it away to no fucking body. You can give some of it away at their leisure. Telling other people, I ain't got enough for telling people, I still ain't learned your fucking lesson. And then now, instead of, like I said, like an adult, taking it, still it's just coming through, going through the channels I go on. But that shit isn't working, because like I said, y'all too stupid. You still trying to push your agenda. I don't think we should do the same thing they did to us. No, we're not doing the same thing. We're making sure they don't do it no more. They'll learn the fucking, that's why the lawsuits be so huge. They learn the fucking, it's not about money. That shows right there, you never understood what it was about, ever. Like I said, it's like that doctor who was pulled off the airplane, and there were people in the comments section say, oh, he planned it after, he really, I'm like, no. I know exactly, again, how he felt. You can say, how do you know you can't? Nah, because this is not a criminal case. This is a civil suit. When you're being harassed by people in power, there's nothing you can do. But nowadays, fortunately, you can sue. You can threaten a cop, and you know you're right. See what I'm saying? Like, this goes back to what I was saying. Y'all went in the right. You come park in a handicap spot like that person is, but you got a ticket and the cop pull you. Oh, you could have let me go. You could have just see, that's what I'm saying. But when you're right and you know that they're just abusing their power, there's nothing you can do, because you know what's gonna happen. You're resisting it. Like, wait a minute, you had no right to. Okay, that's why I said you have to sue them. It's not for the money. It teach them a lesson. They keep getting lawsuits like that, the city gonna get tired of paying people over and over again. See what I'm saying? They ain't got money for that. Some one person getting 30,000 here, another 40,000. Look, y'all, we gonna have to let some of y'all go. Y'all gotta learn some restraint. You can't just grab somebody and start questioning them. You know that what it is called you fishing. You grab one person and run his name. Oh, see, you got warrant. I was justified. No, you can't do that. You have to have a reason. Now, if said dummy was outside smoking a cigarette, and he got warrants, and he just is a cop over there, and he just flicks it on the ground. Hey, yeah. Oh, but he could have just let him go. He could have ignored it. But you gave him reason. Hey, well, that's littering. But it's just littering. Let me go, man. And you got you got wants. Oh man, punk ass cop. Nah, bro. You put it in your thump the little the what we call it, the cherry out. Put the shit in your pocket. If there's no garbage can, shit, what do you care? You smell like cigarettes anyway. Instead, you gonna throw it on the ground, thump, big as day for everybody to see. Nah, see what I'm saying? It's like y'all don't understand these little things, and you really think you're fooling us with this trying to be on the same side. Yeah, but we shouldn't do. We're not doing the same thing. It's gonna teach them a hard lesson. Shit, we can't do this no more. Just straight up lie that you really believe they believe their own lies that Americans were stupid. If they vote for this person, they're idiots. They're idiots, and hell, we know better. You believe you lied to yourself, and now you finna feel the pain. You bought your own lies, dumbass. And the motherfuckers telling you we're not stupid. Y'all been so wherever disconnected from us for so long, you really started believing your own bullshit. And just like, why I keep talking. Hopefully, I won't have to make these videos anymore coming up pretty soon. Like I said, I didn't want to be a YouTube person. I just knew, again, out of y'all stupidity. Oh, wait a minute. Y'all fucking with me in comment sections for years, right? And I'm like, I know something is going on. How the fuck do they know what I'm doing? In real life, they making jokes about, because I live by myself. I got money. How the fuck do these motherfuckers know what I'm doing in my apartment? But I know it's some, but I can't prove it. Again, me being smarter than y'all. I'm like, I ain't, but that's how the program was designed way back in the day. So even a smart person is gonna not say anything. Why? Because you don't have proof, and we're been brought up not to make accusations you can't prove. Just like it was only one person in your house and your shit come up missing. And they just lie to lie and lie, and you don't have no proof. They said you don't have no proof. Maybe you misplaced it, And we'll just fuck it. You know what? You're right. But other people, no. I've seen it in real life, not just in movies. You've seen it. Other motherfucker haul off and whip that motherfucker to death. Not literally, but I'm just saying. And it turns out, yeah, he had it. You know what I'm saying? But us, nah. You say, oh, that's scary. I'm like, no, because, what if I'm wrong? Trust me, I've beaten up people that don't. Another reason I don't just like whoop that motherfucker is, that was out here the other night. You really don't feel good. Maybe when I was younger, fighting literally used to feel good. I mean, literally, even when he got good licks on you, I'm sorry, I'll scare you, but it does. You sore, but it felt like after a workout or after PT, But still, after a while though, you get, especially when you win, it's like I might have hurt that dude for real. I really tried to hurt him. But so no, you avoid all that for a number of reasons. Like I said, but this is like they don't understand simple common sense. It is like they really thought people were gonna go along with what they were saying, and just another thing. Like I said, since we do go for things and not scared, once this shit is over, I bet a lot of us will be able to do the things we wanted to do that y'all stopped us from doing. So no, we're not gonna, use this method again and again. Nah, it'll be over with. Motherfucker, I got shit I want to do. Now that y'all motherfuckers out of the way. Scary ass. Also, another one came through talking about how this might be what presidents always setting for our church. No, bitch. Like I said, a lot of this stuff goes back to the stuff that's been passed down for millennia, generations, stories before the Bible. Just common sense. Like I said, fucking fairy tales. It's just everything we've been told these motherfuckers tried to undo with their evil nastiness. It's like, no, it's very easy to teach your children not to, be petty and weaponize, basically lying on someone. You're in kindergarten and you lie and say so-and-so Johnny hit me and he gets in trouble. No, we teach it. See what I'm saying? That's again. See that they coming through scary and lying, cowardly, trying to stop what's coming to them. And well, maybe it's not good for the children. No, bitch. You could teach your children as young as preschool, before school, lying on their brother or sister. Mom, Sarah took my cookie. No, she don't lie. It's not good to lie. You trying to get Sarah in trouble, or Tommy or Timmy or Lysandra or whoever. It's like you sick motherfuckers don't even realize or didn't listen when you was a kid. Back when you say something small and get popped in the mouth, it didn't hurt that bad. It didn't hurt at all. I think it was more, shock. Like, oh shit, I'm not gonna do that no more. It wasn't even about pain. It just let you know you was acting a fool in front of everybody. Yeah, it's more embarrassing. But and you're wrong. It's like, nah, bro, it ain't that hard to teach your children. Something wrong with you. You think you can't teach if they're gonna see them being, again, you think you're underestimating. You think thinking people are stupid. Children are stupid, and they gonna say, "Oh, okay, so we'll just sue somebody. I'm sue." Just like, matter of fact, just remember we started noticing, I guess, in the '90s. Back then, nowadays these little kids, they threaten their parents. I call social services. You can't beat me. Shit like that. We, learn it and like, whoa, really? They doing it like that now? Sorry, little kid. You my own little kid, but I guess you leaving with social services. You pick up that, and it's not we ain't threatening beating kids for no reason. But I can't tell you, you can't come in at 10 o'clock and you don't do what you want to do. Okay, well, you need to stay out there. And they tried that type of shit. They tried to bully parents into, but you got to respect their, and all this nonsense to raise these kids are in their 30s now, right? The main one, they started this shit to get these kids to where they feel like victims, and now they're 30-year-old children, because they was the first generation. Oh, they put it in their heads. You can't do this to me. We gonna call the police, call social services. All of this stuff. It all leads up to what they were trying. It's like I bet they're so mad. We took decades masterminding this shit. The big ones, the Soroses and all that. Masterminding this social engineering, and they just curses like them dastardly, whatever, dastardly and Muttley curses, Muttley. And we fucked they shit up just by using common sense. Oh shit, it's great, but we'll see. And you almost, normally, again, as smart people, we're taught not to celebrate. Don't count your chickens before your eggs is hatched. But they consistently shown that they're idiots. That's why I keep talking about, like I said, I compared them to them kids, who can't feel pain. And they got to wear it. And I'm not putting them down. That's what I'm saying. 2 years ago, if I used this analogy I wouldn't, because it don't matter. Nobody knows me. A celebrity used it like an analogy. Oh, he's making fun of disabled kids. What are you talking about? I'm making fun of your stupid ass. You know what I'm saying? That's how they tried to flip it. That's the stupidity of what they tried to get away with. I'm making an analogy to explain how silly you look doing the same thing over and over. You don't even want to use, insanity is the definite. No, because they get mad and you're trying to sound intelligent. It's like, no, I'm gonna use this one so you can understand. I'm speaking in layman's terms. You like one of them little kids who don't know they're getting burned and keep doing it. Not even, usually the analogy is, you just let them hurt themselves a little, whatever. I'm just saying, once he touched that hot ass stove, he'll never do it again, yada for the slow ones. Most of us, all we had to do was be told not to touch it when we was kids, That's how I grew up, and, that's why I'm like, I didn't have to get hit by a car to know not to cross the street without looking, or either when I was too young. I remember, wanting to cross the street to go see my friends, but nope, can't do it. you know. And like I'm saying, other motherfuckers, not only do y'all not listen, but you can't feel. And we have to stop. You can't do that. Trying to tell you, but you old. You're physically old. And they put it in y'all heads. I'm grown. I ain't got it. Okay. And then on top of it, when we say okay and let you go, oh, now we just leaving and not looking back. We don't care about y'all. We just taking our money and moving. No, motherfucker, I'm trying to help you. I tried to help you. I'm not doing it out of pettiness, but even the Bible says a fool and his money is soon parted. I can't keep helping you. I'm not a charity, meaning literally, I don't have money coming in. People donating to me to give to people like you. This is my little bit of money. I can't just, set up a charity. Well, I could, but then you got to go through all this vetting so people know you're not stealing the money for yourself. Like I said, you keep coming to me, you're going to have to go to one of these charities to get some help. And, I'm giving you, all I can do is give you free suggestions. And, oh yeah, another person in the comment section, he's stealing my words. I know it for a fact. He said social engineering. You're like, that's not your word. Listen, let me finish. He says, I do it for free. He says, I'm social engineering. His comment was, I'm social engineering against them. And I do it for free. Remember I say I keep doing all this for free, but hey, you ain't got to believe me. But with all of them, I'm just happy that it's light, even though it's a cloudy day, light at the end of the tunnel. We're seeing some light. And like I said, we're not doing this out of pettiness. We told you, and he laughed and giggled. And like I said, that the laugh and giggle, it didn't hurt me. It just seemed insane. Like I said, you seem insane. Like who just does stuff in front of people committing this bigger crimes where you just that arrogant, like you're the local mob boss. Now I can see him, like laughing off a threat, but not you people. You're regular people, idiots. You know what I'm saying? It don't work like that. You can't threaten me to where I'm going to shut up. You're not Fat Tony or whatever. But this shit finna run out. Maybe I'll learn how to, if there's an adjustment where it can go longer than 33 minutes. But anyway, that's about it for now.